Hey guys, it's Hailey Bieber and I just woke up, but I'm going to do this video for you guys showing you my morning skincare routine, how I would prep my skin for a day of work for a photo shoot. So check it out.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a new video. So, if you don't know, now you do. We're taking a look into Hailey Bieber's skincare routine. Now, this video is a skincare reaction video, and we're just gonna take a dive into what Hailey Bieber's skincare routine looks like. I think it's quite exciting that she's recently launched her skincare line, and we're gonna take a look into what products she has as part of her range, but also how she uses her products and how she incorporates certain things. I just do want to mention that the aim for this video isn't to bash anyone or isn't to bash the video, but obviously we're just here to have good conversations about skincare. We're here to dive into what people use on their skincare, how they can better their skincare routine. Let's get into it.
To do when I'm getting ready for work is I will do a mask. I wouldn't do a mask every single day, obviously, but when I want a little bit of an extra glow, I go for a nice calming, hydrating mask. So I'm gonna put this all over. Make sure it's evenly spread because I'm a little bit OCD. Hopefully this helps to wake my skin up a little bit because she's tired today. So mask is on.
See, now she says that she uses a mask as her first step of her routine. She obviously doesn't use a mask every day, but this is obviously something that she uses just before work.
Something I like to do to essentially kill two birds with one stone while I'm masking is I'll put on the face mask and then I will grab some eye masks like these. I really like these cool gold ones. And I will put them under my eyes over the mask that's already on my face, just to kind of have two things happening at once. Like this. And while I have it on, while it's sitting there, under my eyes when they're feeling a little bit more puffy.
Now, we all have different opinions when it comes to skincare and how skincare works for us, because personally what works for you may not work for me. So as someone who has dry skin, sometimes I don't wash my skin in the morning because I'll simply just use cleansing water just in case my skin feels a bit too sensitive. Her first step is applying a mask. Now, I wouldn't obviously prescribe to that simply because I do believe in starting off your skincare routine on a very much clean slate. But I do obviously sometimes understand that maybe her skin is feeling a bit tired and it's just, just a way to wake up her face and wake up her skin. So I obviously don't see anything wrong with what she's doing because she is also getting that exfoliation as well. An eye mask over a mask. Is this something that you can do? Is it not? This is obviously her skincare prep for work. And look, I think maybe what I would do rather would be to apply my mask first, and then after cleansing or rinsing off my mask, I would then apply the eye mask. We all know that just before makeup, just before work, just before prep, especially if you're going to be in front of cameras like someone like a Hailey Bieber or someone of her caliber, you do want to make sure that your eye is very much well prepped, just so that everything absorbs well, but also just to avoid any creasing on your under eyes. So I would basically substitute the masks. I would use it differently, but I guess this is her way of doing it. I also do think that the mask won't actually work or be effective as it's meant to be, simply because I feel like if she's applying an eye mask right on top of the mask, I don't think it will absorb or penetrate deeper into her skin and work the way that it's meant to. So I'm not too sure about that, but let's see how it goes.
We'll take a little tool like this. I love facial tools, I'm obsessed with them. Give me any facial tool, I'll try anything. But this little gold bar, you turn it on, it vibrates, which feels really nice under your eyes. And I'll just go like this, right over the eye mask. Feels so nice. I wish everybody could be feeling what I'm feeling right now. So I usually do this for like maybe a minute between both eyes.
Now, personally, I don't see anything wrong with what she's doing. Facial tools are obviously always just a preference when it comes to your skincare routine. I think what she's really doing here is really just getting the blood underneath her eyes flowing, just to avoid that tired looking feel or that tired look on her face.
Sometimes I think people get a little bit hesitant to mess around with the mask because they're worried maybe their significant other is gonna come in and be like, what are you doing to your face? You look insane. But A, who cares? B, tell them that you are just skin-caring. And C, get your significant other into the skincare because then you can do it together and it's more fun. My husband loves to do masks just like I do, so that's a win for me. I usually leave at least the face mask on for like 8 to 10 minutes. So now we wait. Okay, I'm back and I'm going to remove my mask now. I'm gonna start with the eye mask.
Now, just a pro tip, you want to make sure that every single time you apply a mask, be it a clay mask, be it a gel mask, or whatever sort of mask you apply on your face, you want to make sure, especially when it comes to clay masks, as we can see that she's done, you want to make sure that it doesn't completely dry, just so it doesn't become cakey, because that can also obviously just, you know, sometimes be too stripping on the skin. So you want to just leave it on for maybe not 8 minutes, but like 5.
Peel those babies back. Then I'm going to rinse off this mask. I don't necessarily think you have to rinse a mask off with a cleanser. I like to, so there's just nothing excess left on my skin. Take a little bit of cleanser. I really prefer like a creamy, hydrating cleanser more than I prefer something that gets foamy and makes your skin feel really tight and dry. A lot of the time I wake up and my face feels a little bit swollen, like my lips are really swollen and my eyes will be swollen. I probably eat too much salt, but that's my own bad. So what I like to do is when I'm washing my face in the morning, I give myself a little massage like this, bring the blood.
Now, another tip, I think what's important is that sometimes we wake up and our face is feeling extremely dry or puffy, as she says. You can, obviously when you wake up, just another tip again from me, I think just splashing your face with water or spraying just a mist on your face first thing when you wake up will always obviously just give your face that lift. Whether you apply a cooling mask or any cooling sort of like jade roller just to, you know, depuff your eyes and just get your face awake is always a good idea.
Just bring the blood flow into my face. Someone's gonna see me doing that and be like, yeah, don't do that. Okay, now everything's off. I don't dry my face completely when I wash it because I like to apply my serum when it's still a little bit damp.
Love this. Applying products on damp skin is the first step to healthy skin. You want to make sure obviously that your skin isn't completely dry. Applying products or just the first step like a serum onto your skin when it's damp is honestly the best and the easiest way to get your skincare products to penetrate deeply, to work and hydrate your skin barrier.
I am going to use this really hydrating peptide serum. I really love peptides for the skin. I think that it's one of the best ingredients to use. It's one of my favorite ingredients to use. I love niacinamide, I love peptides, I love hyaluronic acid. Those are all ingredients that I make sure.
Now, I genuinely think that peptides are such an underrated skincare ingredient in skincare. If you have been following Hailey Bieber's recent launch, you'll know that her product range does really include products that have peptides as an ingredient. So we can tell she definitely loves peptides.
Using it in my skincare. Just press it into the skin. I would love to know what some of your guys' favorite ingredients are in the comments. I'm always curious to learn about new things. I'm gonna do the slightest bit of moisturizer over my serum before I put my SPF on. I wouldn't typically do this long of a routine in the daytime. I would usually just wake up, wash my face, and maybe like a little bit of serum and SPF.
Now, I think it's quite interesting that someone like a Hailey Bieber, who really just is always behind cameras, who's always probably wearing makeup all the time, considers this as a long routine, if that makes sense. I think for me, this is actually just like a bit normal, sort of. I think her routine is actually just the right steps. But I guess, I mean, skincare works differently for most people. Sometimes you just want something, you just want 2 products or 3 products maximum that will work best for you in your skincare routine. Whether it's a cleanser, moisturizer, and sunscreen, or cleanser, a treatment serum, and sunscreen. Honestly, I think it's just a preference thing and how you choose to get ready for work. But otherwise, I think so far, she's really just on point. She's now adding a moisturizer, as you can see.
But since I'm preparing for a work day, it's a little bit more than usual.
And obviously in this video, she hasn't really mentioned which moisturizer she's using, but I think really, remember, a tip is always to make sure that you're using a moisturizer that is great or that is basically in conjunction to what your skin type is, because sometimes using the wrong moisturizer can affect our skin.
Well, before I put my SPF on, one thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on my face. The tiniest bit. I wouldn't recommend doing this if you have oily skin. I always try to be really careful when I'm talking about oils or recommending oils for the skin because it doesn't work for everybody. I'm gonna just do this, and then I'm going to use a little facial massaging tool all over my face. And I need the oil to help a little bit with the moisture and for the tool to glide over my face. Now, this right here is a facial massaging tool that you turn on and it vibrates. I really love this device. I gifted it to a lot of people this year for Christmas just because I think they're fun to try and mess around with. So I'm gonna turn it on, not all the way, like a lower setting, and just go in. Super amusing, I know, but it actually feels so nice, and I clench my teeth really hard at night. So when I wake up in the morning, my jaw is usually kind of sore. And like
really loves facial tools.
Sore in my temples here, so this feels insane. So when I usually do this full routine, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. The thing that is always most important to me when I'm leaving the house every day is washing my face, hydration, and SPF. Obviously, you can pick and choose different parts of this routine that you want to use. You may be watching this and be like, these facial toning devices look absolutely wild, and that's not for me.
Now, I think what you did here is also super key. If you are someone that's obviously keen or very interested in facial tools, making sure that you apply a facial oil just before using the facial tool on your face is super important. Just so that it glides easier and you really just get those muscles flowing into your skin. I mean, obviously you don't want to apply a facial tool on super dry skin, and I mean, you might just irritate yourself, but I think it's pretty basic. You want to make sure that your skin is well supple, it's well moisturized, and I mean, she's already done half of her skincare routine, so adding a bit of an oil is obviously not too bad and is definitely much in check. But also at the same time, I think that facial oil is obviously a very controversial issue, and sometimes facial oils don't work much with people's skin. Some people love it, some people don't. It's really just, it's up to you.
To each their own. My last step of this whole entire routine is going to be my sunscreen.
And I appreciate what she says so much. Skincare is obviously very personal. Skincare is about feeling, it is about what you are interested in. And obviously I know that sometimes you really just like to go all out, try new things, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that she really just mentions that this is her way of doing it. This is her skincare prep, and this is how she loves it. She really loves a good facial tool, and as she says, to each their own. What works for you might not always work for the next person.
I am very big on SPF. I don't leave the house without it. I don't go to work without it. Even if I'm just working from home and I'm inside the house, the sun rays still hit you through the windows. So my final step is sunscreen. I know there's a lot of debate around how much sunscreen you're supposed to use when you apply it every day. I don't have that answer. I couldn't tell you. I've heard it said that it's 1 full teaspoon, which sounds like a lot of sunscreen to me. The way I do it, and I am so down to be corrected, people can call me out if I'm wrong, but I use
SPF and the 2-finger rule. Now, as you can see, she really is just like, you know, she doesn't really subscribe to using a certain amount of sunscreen for her face. But I think really, you know, the 2-finger rule is really just a rule of thumb. It's really just to make sure that you get enough coverage. And I mean, obviously, if you are going to be out in the day and you are going to be exposed to any sun, you want to make sure that you are reapplying your sunscreen if needs be, to just make sure that you're constantly getting that extra protection. But otherwise, I mean, the 2-finger rule is always just it's just a guideline, if I should put it that way. And sometimes people actually use 3, because I mean, think about it. If 2 fingers is gonna go on your face, the rest or the 3rd finger could also go onto your neck, because you wanna make sure that you aren't obviously prone to any sun damage around sort of like your chest, which is very common these days. So you just wanna make sure that you get enough sunscreen. So enough, but not less, but just enough.
I'm wrong, but I use like 1 full pump of sunscreen, and then if I feel like I need more in other areas, I will add more. I use a tinted sunscreen just because I feel like it blends into my face and my skin a little bit better. Can't forget the neck, can't forget the eyelids. The eyelids are important because those will get wrinkly one day too. Tap it more around my eyes. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you guys. Leave comments below. Make sure.
And I really think she absolutely nailed it. that it's giving clean girl look, clean girl aesthetic. And I mean, you know, her routine is pretty straightforward. There's absolutely nothing that she missed. I think the only thing that I would question is eye pads over a face mask, because I just genuinely feel like it wouldn't, her product, or her eye mask rather, hasn't really worked to its full potential, especially when you're working towards the eye. We all know that the skin around your eye is super sensitive, so you really want to make sure that you're going in there and you're getting maximum actually of your product into your eyes, because that sometimes is the problematic area when it comes to our face, especially when you're about to be in front of cameras, wear makeup, and you're someone like a Hailey Bieber. I mean, come on. So yeah, I think otherwise her routine is spot on, very minimal as well. So I absolutely love it. But otherwise, I hope you guys really do enjoy this video. Let me know who else you would like me to react to, what other skincare reaction videos. Let's all just do this together. Let's learn, and you know, let's just grow the skincare community. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next video.